What's up, H-Town and all around? This is Instant Ramen. All right, Instant Ramen, for y'all that don't know, not familiar, we like to do interviews, and this is where we put them. Interviews against opponents, interviews with players. I am OSG with Foxtrot Media, and I have an interview for you today. Let's talk to Dynamo's longtime Houston native, Diego Gonzalez. I had the fortunate benefit to sit down with him at Houston Sports Park on Friday morning. Previously, before the game on Saturday with the Dynamo, he actually got called up. Didn't play, obviously, but got called up. So, I leave you with this. Diego Gonzalez, Houston Dynamo 2 interview. Well, what's up, Houston? Diego Gonzalez, Dynamo Dos player, hopefully Dynamo player soon to be. Diego, this has been a long time in the making. Thank you for joining me today. When I say a long time, we've been trying to do this for 4 years. Been following you for a long time, man. But let's break the ice, man. Diego, you played for Academia Revoluciona when you were a child, and I heard you like to celebrate when you score goals, and you like to celebrate in front of the parents on the opposing team. Is that true?
Yeah, it is true. Where did you hear that from?
I have a source, right? You know I have a source. But
that is very true. I used to do that a lot.
Yeah, and you told him, stop me from scoring, to stop me from dancing. So, well, we'll come back to my source here in a little bit. But this year has been a big year, contract-wise, and returning from your injury. So let's start with your injury first off. That's the big one. Last year kind of sucked. You injured, re-injured, I believe. And how's your rehab going? Are you back? How are you feeling?
Yeah. So last year around these months, I believe I got hurt in training. What was supposed to be 5 or 6 months went to 11, and the rehab wasn't easy. I would say that it was very hard, but we were able to manage it, go through it, and it took me to now for preseason to slowly start getting back on the field, and now I'm officially back to playing.
Officially back to playing, so feeling good.
Yeah, feeling good.
100%. That is very, very good to hear, because we need you back on the field. So, obviously you've been back there starting your last game. So now I mentioned it is a contract year as well. You're in the final year of your contract with Dos. How is your approach this season with knowing that you are on the final year of your contract and we don't know if there's a contract coming or not?
I mean, for the contract, I really don't have no answer to that, but the way that I'm approaching this year is the same way that I did the year before, which is last year, because I only played 7 games last year, before the injury came, and just try to start and keep the way I ended. I only played 7 games, but I had four goals, 3 assists. So if I can stay on that path, then I would be able to reach the goal that I had, which is continue in a good pathway.
To evolve off that goal, what are your personal goals this season to get you back into you went through the rehab, now you're getting back to the team, you got your first start, you got the captain band on last game. Any personal goals that you want to help evolve yourself through this season?
Just the same thing that I had last year, because I couldn't finish the whole year. But for the team standpoint, is finish top 3, first place. We were in a good run, and we were in first place for the amount of games that I played. From the personal standpoint, reach that 10 goal mark, which I do every year.
Right.
10 goal mark, same thing with the assist. If I can get 10 and 10, then
before last year you had 17 goal contributions, 18 the year before that. Yeah. So last year was definitely a big miss with you involved with that team, and obviously those struggled last year too. So maybe you are a very important piece. So let's move a little bit further. You have your personal goals set for this year. What is a life goal for Diego Gonzalez outside of the Dynamo? Where do you want to take Diego Gonzalez? Do you want to be overseas? Do you want to be your MLS superstar? Where does Diego Gonzalez want to end?
As far as I can go, I've had this conversation with my dad, and it's wherever the opportunity is, if I can go there and make a name for myself there, wherever it is, whether it's in Mexico, whether it's here in the US, whether it's in another country, make a name for myself wherever I'm able to go. I think that would be the most important
Do you think it's a benefit with the World Cup being here and being here in Houston as well this year to maybe get a little spotlight on some particular players that maybe play around team? There's a lot of teams. There's going to be a lot of media here this summer, so they're going to get to see players like you and players like on the first team as well. So a little exposure.
It is, yeah, it is. It could be an exposure. You know, people see the soccer that's in this country. I know it's very different everywhere else, but I think that would be a good exposure for everybody.
I hope so. I hope a lot of people get some recognition too. All right. So last game you did get to wear the captain band for Dos. Are you back as the captain? It's been 4 captains in 4 games this year. Are you back as the captain?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. If it's not with the armband, at least on the field, you're still the leader.
Yes, the leader. Yes.
You know, so that leading into that, you've been to this team for 5 years. This team has been very young the past 2 years. As a matter of fact, probably the youngest, I think it was last year. You're a veteran on this team. Do you consider yourself a role model, a leader to this team? And how do these younger players look at you?
I would say I am. You know, just speaking with the coaches and everything, like, I do have to lead them in a different way. I mean, you've said it yourself, like, the past years has been a different group, you know, young guys and what we had before, which was like a mixture of older guys and young. You know, back then it was like I was one of the young ones, but like now I'm like one of the old ones now. So I have to approach it a different way. You know, the way I talk to these guys, the way I lead them. You know, it's very different. Different generations, you can say, with the kids that are coming up from the academy. But yeah, just try and lead them, give them as much advice as I can. The same way that I'm getting it from the first team guys, you know. Speak with Hector, Artur, and all those guys. So everything that I can consume, I can
That was
much say.
the next question I was going to ask you. Leading these guys on the team, and then you getting to play with the first team and being involved with the first team, you get to bring back that knowledge that you're receiving from them to these guys like Matthew Arana. Probably you got to talk to him, but when he got called up and probably give him some advice, I would hope or assume.
Yeah.
So it's good that you are a role model and a leader. What is the biggest difference for you as a Dos player and a Dynamo player that maybe you could go back and tell these younger players as they are getting called up to the first team? Matthew Arana, Augustine Reish. Did you give them any advice? And then hopefully you're going to return back.
I didn't have a chance to speak to Matthew a lot because he was
back
up and down, you know, a lot. But to be honest, just approach the game the same way if you were to play with the second team or the academy. The only difference is you're going to be more physical, more faster, you know, but the game stays the same.
Same game, just got to think a little quicker.
Think a little bit quicker,
right.
You know.
Familiar
keep
with your
your
teammates.
Calm composure, and then, you know, you're at the end of the day, you're playing soccer. It's not anything different, you know.
Yes.
If you stick to your game, you're going to be good. Just don't try and do something that you're not used to.
Right, learn off of your other players around you.
You're going to get, you're going to see other people do all these things, and then you're going to be like, okay, that's the next level. Now you take it in, the opportunities that you get. If you start adding that, it's going to help.
I always like coaching my players when I was a coach. Hey, we're going to get our butts kicked today, but I want y'all to learn from this team. I want y'all to learn from them, and then try to take what you learn from them and put it right back on them, and let's score a goal or two on them before we get our butts kicked today. But so I like that. So in the bigger picture, as you were growing up playing soccer, who was your role model? Obviously your dad, right? But who was a soccer player that was your role model as you're growing up back then, and maybe now? Is it still the same player?
So I'm a big Monterrey fan, you know, Mexico League. So his name, I don't know if you know him, but it's call him Chupete Suazo. He was a midfielder / striker for Rayados, and that's one guy that I would watch every game. You know, I would watch the games, and he would score goals, he would assist, and he wasn't a 9, he was like a 10. So that's what I was more of like growing up, like. You know, the way he moved, the way everything that he did, that was what I was watching. I was like, okay, I want to.
So you're the identical of him. That's who you want. So you
that's
want
what I
to
want to. Yes.
And evolve and become better than your role model, and then he can look back at you.
Yeah, he doesn't play anymore, but yes.
Right. So speaking of, you talked about the positioning. You know, with Dos, are you the false 9? Are you the cam? Are you what are you more familiar with, and where do you like playing?
See, I can play the weight position or the 10. My natural position is the 10, higher up the field, but I can also be a little bit underneath, you know, play that 8th role. and
Golazos from outside the box.
yeah, like shoot from distance and stuff. I can see the field a little bit more. But it's those two positions that I can say that I can dominate.
Nice. I look forward to this season with Dos, with you, and hopefully getting that evolution to the first team. Open Cup is going to be starting here in a couple weeks, so I expect to see you on that first team. I don't know what Ben's thinking, but you know, let's have a fun. Can I see my phone, Herman? Let's have a little fun here. You know, as I get ready to wrap this up here.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to go back to your source. My source, sorry.
Whose source is this? It's interesting because that first question was like, what?
So, you know, we do our research and we do like to look into the people that we're getting to talk to. But so going back to your youth, man, and you having a good time and having fun. And this, I'm gonna put this picture up side by side so y'all can see, obviously. But Disney World Cup, is this you? You have more hair back then than you do right now.
That is me. What year was that?
This is the Disney World Cup. You made the ESPN cover. Two-time winner, right?
Yeah.
Disney World Cup. How old were you at this point? So much soccer you can't remember, huh?
2014. I don't even know what.
Wow. Yeah. Long time, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's.
Bring back memories.
Hair. It does. It does. I remember that cup, that tournament. That's insane.
That's insane, right? Right. Hey, well, hold up. I got another one too.
We don't speak about that long hair.
We don't. Well, the next picture is long hair as well too. This is my last picture, and then we'll close out and get out of here. But my source is in this picture as well. So I'm gonna show you this one. This one, he told me this is his favorite picture of all time. Now you can go back and argue about it later. He might have another one, but this is what he told me. His favorite picture of all time. We'll put this one up side by side as well.
Of course, yes, yes.
You remember this? Tell me what this picture is.
Right here, I think we won the tournament.
Yep.
First place.
Yep. He said this
and that's me and my dad. My dad was the coach.
He was the coach of the team too.
He was the coach of the team.
Both of you are winners right there wearing that medal, holding the trophy. He's got a bit proud moment, and maybe that makes more context to why this is his favorite picture of all time.
Yeah, it could be.
Him and his son becoming champions right there.
Yeah, we did win that tournament, actually.
I
now
love
that
it.
I remember, first place.
Sorry to bring back good memories, man.
It's good. No, it's good.
Love it, man.
Forgot about those pictures.
Well, I'm glad that I can make you smile and bring that up. And sorry, I reached out to your pops and asked him for a couple things.
Nah,
and he gave me, I was like, I hope he doesn't warn him that I'm going to talk to him and show him some pictures. I want to see the reaction. But Diego, 5 years in the making. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck this season, and we hope to see you on the first team.
Thank you very much.
H is up.